Brought to you by Penguin.
The Morrigan by Curran. Read by Morrigan. To my father Malachi, who told me the stories, and my mother Deirdre, who taught me the truth of them. Frill o sa chind ag éigmig, cailech lom, lua ag léimnig. Os anab an arm sa skia, is í in Morrigu, Munglia. Over his head is shrieking a lean hag, quickly hopping. Over the points of their weapons and shields, she is the grey-haired Morrigu. Annals of Leinster. Prologue. They called me the Morrigan, and a great many things besides. Phantom Queen, Battle Crow, Hag, but the Morrigan will do. I was one of the Tuatha Dé Danann, a tribe of people they would later call gods. Our story has been told 1,000 times, 1,000 times 1,000, and each telling a wound. With each version they stripped me away, like willow whittled to strips. They twisted my story in with the story of the land, named rivers for where I washed my feet, mountains for where I laid my head, leaving nothing of me behind. They wove me into the tales of a boy hero, made my life the weft to his warp, a small embellishment to his most mighty of deeds. I was the seductress who tried to woo him, the crone who tried to warn him, the crow that guarded his death. How little they knew. It was bad enough when it was the poets showing off their skills reciting my prophecies from memory. But then Oma showed them how to write, and write they did. The calves they slaughtered for skin to fill with black ink to tell the story of their god. They tied me up with him too, placed my life in a timeline that led to his birth, or wrote me out entirely because I didn't fit their narrative. I was too messy. A warrior and mother, a seductress and crone, poet and prophetess? No, no, no. Be neater, be smaller. They reduced me to an old woman wailing for the dead. But I was so much more than that. I was magnificent. I was multitudes. Trying to tell my story is like trying to hold the smoke of a forest fire in your hands or force an ocean into a cup. I resist. I reform. How could they succeed when even I didn't know who I was from one moment to another? I was the storyteller for my people, the documenter of their deeds. Yet no one has told my story. But I will try to tell it now, in my own words, my own voice, shrill though it is. It begins, as all the best stories do, in darkness. Chapter 1. Of my time before our voyage, I remember little. My first real memories are of the sea and the creaking of the masts, the taste of salt on my tongue, and the wind in my black feathers as I scattered myself to the air to watch the 300-strong armada of the Tuatha Dé Danann cut through the dark waves like talons through flesh. I don't know if we had sailed for 7 years, 7 times 7, or 7 times 70, only that we were, at last, on our way home. We'd been in the north of the world, learning arts and magic, and a people more skilled, more shining, never had existed. Why we had left the land those many generations past, no one would tell. But I know why we returned. The land called to us, a song sounding deep in our bones that no magic or arts could match. Home. My mother, Ernvis, would tell me stories of the land as she plaited my hair in 9 thickly woven strands. Her voice would call me down from the air, and I would sit at her feet, in the form of a child, and listen to her tales of a land more beautiful, more fertile than any in the world. I have only fragments of that time. Her voice, soft and deep, her smell of milk and grain, and a feeling that, like an anchor, called me back to the ships. Love, a fierce animal love I knew from the moment my heart fluttered in her belly. There had been, she would tell me, 3 of us, a trio of wriggling baby girls fighting inside her. But when the birthing came, only I arrived, screaming.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?